I'm just going to start tonight with a proud declaration of my extreme love for sticks. There, I said it. I don't care who knows. I think sticks is awesome. And if you're friends with me, then you gotta be down with the Grand Illusion and Mr. Roboto. That's it. Sorry. And Lady. Just how it is, man. Styx is a good band. I don't care anymore. I'm tired of having to hide it. It feels silly to me to think that it's like, oh, I wanna sit in my backyard with the smell of sizzling hamburgers. You know, maybe I won't even have a shirt on. I'll just be sitting in my underwear. I just want to crack a beer and have Renegade just blasting to 11. To the point that it's gonna like anger the neighbors, but not to the point that it's gonna like, you know, facilitate them coming over and saying something. Unless they come over and say, hey, I have like 3 beers in my garage fridge. Is it okay if I come over and rock sticks with you? And the answer will always be absolutely. So that being said, welcome to the stream. I didn't get around to streaming last night. We've been moving and it's been kind of hot. I've lost probably 4 pounds in sweat. And just general bodily fluids. But yeah, it's like I've been saying, there's no central air in the new place, and so moving heavy boxes upstairs is it's a cardio sprint for sure, to say the least. But we've been very, very lucky to have a couple of people, our neighbors and our friend Jesse, offering up their cars. So the move is going smoothly. Thank you for asking. Hey, Pothead, how's it going? Laying the shortcuts. Well, I know how you feel. I've moved a few times in my life. Yeah. Oh, fuck, I missed the... Damn it. Need that. Free life. Long gone. Panicked. Okay. Taking the shortcuts? Yes. I've been beating... systematically beating each world. And, so I'm now on world 8. That was weird. I'm just gonna reset. I'd like to have all those lives if I get there. But yes, good to see you again. And yeah, I'll be taking shortcuts to alleviate the stress of both myself and the viewer. But it's not like it's going to be too much easier because it's World 8 and it's a shit show. So I'm really hoping to get it beat tonight. And if that happens to happen pretty quickly, then great. And we'll just move on to Final Fantasy 2. Get shit done. Keep things moving. But yeah, streaming might be a little sporadic over the next week or so, as we're getting settled into the new place. At some point, I'm gonna have to, you know, do all that fun stuff of switching over utilities and switching over the internets. Played DS1 before. I've played a little bit. I played enough to be like, oh, okay, I really need to Really need to step it up on this one. I have both Dark Souls and Demon Souls. I know more about the overall of Demon Souls just because my buddy had it not long after it came out, and so like I sat beside him, smoked a ton of pot while he would play it and beat it, and it was just terrifying. I will get around, like I said, like mostly on the channel it's gonna be retro. Cox. Mostly. But every once in a while, you know, it will just kind of be like, I'm gonna play whatever I want. If I feel like playing Dark Souls one day, I'll throw it on and start a character. I heard Pyromancer is a good run. People suggest that character. It seems like it's like a good mix of like, you know, the magic and the fight. Talking to a walking strategy guide. So if you play it, I'll be there to help. Awesome. I would super appreciate it. Just because it is a game where you just kind of have to know exactly what you're doing. Which I'm no stranger to, because I'm from the Nintendo age. And we've talked about this at length here on the Lazy Shell. It's just like, you gotta know exactly what you're doing in these games. Retro bred perfection. You and me both. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, did I even get, I think I got to 8-3 last time, and I had like maybe 2 lives and I fucked up pretty hard, and that was about as far as I could get. But I'm feeling pretty confident. I mean, you know, you keep doing it over and over and over again, and you start to just kind of, I get that Mario strength back, you know? The intuitiveness, and I know his moves, I know his physics, I know his jiggle. I know when his junk in his trunk is gonna go. You know, you start to get things like how long he's gonna slide for, given how fast he's going. I am having a bit of trouble with some of the jumping. It could just be my Nintendo thumb is not what it should be. Also, Chrono Trigger, I know everything about. There is nothing I don't know about that game, literally. I probably know everything about the game, but like, not in like a, I can sit and tell you everything. It'd be like, I'm pretty sure I know this, like once we get there kind of thing. But that'll be soon. Like, I am doing all the Final Fantasy games and everything, and I do kind of want to keep it to like, you know, one RPG at a time. But oh god. Just for like variety's sake. But I mean, Chrono Trigger you can get done in like what, like 20 hours if you know exactly where to go. I mean, you can speed run it and, you know, get it done pretty quickly, but do you know how to get Shiva Edge from Marley? Fuck. Have I gotten that before? I don't know. When I was in grade 9, I beat it all the way through enough times to get all the different endings. Like I did New Game Plus a couple times, and then just like got all the different endings dependent on like who you beat Lavos in, or with rather. And then there's like the endings where you gotta feed the cat. There's and so don't lose it through the time portal, and your mom doesn't accidentally go through or whatever. I know there's a different ending based on if you find the time portal in the forest, all that shit. Like I've gone and done all that, but I don't know. When I was in like grade 8 through most of high school, you know, I had a lot more spare time, so I had no problem like just 100%ing games. Sometimes more than once. Got all 17. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. That's my fault. Checking the chat like a dingus. But I want to know what you're thinking and saying. You're being so nice. Stupid. Evil chicken turtles. Just fucking my day up. There we go. Get a couple coin. Little money sandwich. This fucking plumber's got some serious teeth, I'm telling you. Eats all the coins. So we're getting our World 8 back. Obviously there's gonna be a relearning curve. Whoop. Just fuck it. Just fuck it, idiot. Oh! We're having a good time. What? That's okay. I never claimed to be good. I just said I thought I might be able to beat it tonight. Different. Maybe we can get an extra life. Be super coin diligent. Got... Yeah. Like I used to just, you know, I would sit and just play. Like I 100%ed Final Fantasy 9 when I was in grade 11 or 12. That was an undertaking. Beating Ozma was one of the stupidest things I decided I was gonna do ever. That was just such a dumb fight. Like if somebody before I went and did that had told me that there was a harder optional boss than Ruby Weapon or Emerald Weapon, I would have been like, no, they're the ultimate. Like it doesn't get harder than that. Ozma's just a fucking beast, man. Anyways, to get Shiva Blade, but simple if you know the concept of time travel, what you do is go to the building in Pore where Cyrus is buried. Activate. Ah, yes. Okay, yeah, the black chest stuff. Oh, right. Second. There we go. Fuck. Same concept for the vests. Yeah, they turn all the stuff. It's like a certain... It becomes stronger. I can't. It becomes stronger armor if you wait, leave it. It's like wine or whiskey. Just leave it for like 10,000 years. Yes. So to answer your question, yes, I have gotten those in the past. I remember like one of my first playthroughs just being, fuck, I missed the free life. And for posterity, I am going to. Also, the Rusted Tyranno can have a red mail. Yes. The Rust Tyranno. Oh my god. I remember getting to that and then being like, wait, this is a real boss? Remove the fake fires from the Sun Keep boss as he survived by using a black hole on the flames. Yeah, that was a tough fight. I remember thinking, I'm like, because by that point you haven't really had like a boss fight in a while, so you're just kind of like bopping back and forth through time. You're doing your time traveling. You're getting all your side quest kind of fetch stuff done. And then the first time I went in there, I was like, "Oh, pff, who's this fucking chump?" And he just wiped the floor with me. Rust Tyranno as well. I just underestimated. Like, I'm invincible. It's like the end of the game. Nothing can fuck with me. Boy, was I wrong. Ah, check your food. Mega jelly. Mecha jelly. Alright. So, I decided today. Well, as we're moving in, you know, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing a little whatever, and just kind of trying to visualize where things will go. We've got, like I've been saying, we've got almost double the space probably, especially just how it's laid out, because the way things are laid out in this house is just really silly. It's, I mean, the first floor is, you know, mostly hallway to deal with, like, the amount of rooms that they, you know, gotta have a kitchen, you gotta have bedrooms, you gotta have the bathroom, you know, so, like, you come right up the stairs, and beside, like, a half wall to make sure you don't fall down the stairs accidentally. It's like a little kind of hallway. So one way takes you to the kitchen, the other way takes you to bedrooms, and what is going to be my little computer office, where my music stuff will be, and my desk, and all my video game stuff. So looking at the dimensions of the room, like, it is a little smaller, and it's kind of weird shaped. But I think I'll be able to pretty simply build some shelves for like $15, $20 maybe. I was looking at getting like shelving units, and I don't know. Some of the ones people were suggesting on Reddit, like $100, 100 plus. That's dumb. At least this way I can kind of just, you know, make it. Just like go to Lowe's. I don't have any like power tools yet. That'll be, you know, every... Is it cut off? Hold on. Has it been like this the whole time? That's new. That's incorrect. Not supposed to look. That'll, yeah. Collecting power tools over Christmases and birthdays will be my adult dad thing to do for the next couple years, I think. But yeah, you can go to Lowe's, you get your wood, you measure it, and they'll cut it for you. So it's like, I can have the wood pre-cut, come home with it, and just screw it together. Just with like a couple of 2x4s and a couple of 1x2 pieces. I just measure like the height and the length of stuff. I can have myself a fully functional multi-system shelf. Like both for, you know, a shelving unit for the systems, which will go on one side of the desk, and then a shelving unit for the games, which will be really nice. I don't like having to keep them in a drawer or in like these little like boxes. I want my game collection to be out. I want it to be a part of my space so I can just stare at it, salivate. You know, I've got my shelf for my books, my graphic novels and comic books and everything. And I might need one that's like an 1.5 inches wider, which is gonna drive me insane. But I think there's like one new collection that just came out for X-Men, and it bridges the gap of my X-Men book collection between where it was like the original X-Men, like right before the 100th issue when they got all the new members and things changed and Chris Claremont started writing for them. So it's like there's like 4. There might be a 5th collection that's coming out. I don't know, but as far as I know, I've got the first 3, and then I have an omnibus, which is fucking huge, and it's hardcover, and it's like amazing. But pretty much, like once I get this 4th book in the beginning part, I'll have almost every single issue of X-Men comics from their start in 1964, I think it was, all the way to 1996. So that covers it's stop. Oh fuck, that's stupid. Up to right after the Onslaught epic. So I don't know. I just kind of feel like after 96, the stories and the worlds just got too big and involved too much time travel and multi-dimensional stuff, and I feel like a lot of the stories just started being like more like multiverse type, you know, like it's just like here's some random stuff. Like it didn't feel like anything was canon anymore. I don't know. I feel, but I, you know, for that stuff, I kind of feel like that was just like a good, solid, stupid, a good solid, like my Spider-Man collection is the same. It starts in 1964 with the first issue, and then it goes. I have every single issue for almost 200 of them. And then there's like a bit of a gap between the death of Gwen Stacy and it's like the original clone epic where we finally have the identity of the Jackal revealed. Oh, I jumped, you fuck. And all that craziness. And then again, there's a bit of a gap until it's probably a big gap. Like it's probably close to 10 years maybe, but it's like goes from mid 70s to I'm going to say 1984. And I stuck Secret Wars in there because for me, despite it being like really, really cool, it is, for me, like being a huge Spider-Man nerd, Secret Wars was where Spider-Man gets the symbiote suit. So for me, it was like a Spider-Man event as opposed to like a giant Marvel event, which is silly. I should probably put it with the other stuff. Because I've got a third shelf that's a bunch of Avengers, a few random Fantastic Four. Like, I'm a Marvel guy, but also I've got the complete Dragon Ball box set, and I've got all the Dragon Ball Z as well. And then it's like I've got like book 1 of Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run, which is like shattering. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just so fucking crazy. The basic plot is like, you know, there was some really heavy Fantastic Four stuff that happened, and, you know, Reed Richards' mind has just kind of gone off the rails. And he's kind of like, it's basically Tony Stark in the Avengers when he, like, you know, has his breakdown and he feels like he can't sleep and he needs to protect everybody and fix the problem of everything. So he's in his lab and all this shit happens, and he opens up a portal and finds that there's like another, like a nexus point where all the other Reeds from every other alternate universe have created this like utopic study place where they just solve all these problems and step in. It's the Council of Reeds. So like, if anybody has seen Rick and Morty, how there's like the Council of Ricks. There's like a multiverse of Ricks and Mortys and stuff, and there's like a Council of Ricks that has like a super citadel kind of thing where they all try and work together and try and get this Rick to work with them. Fuck off. It kind of comes from that, I think. I don't know. Very cool story. Because they're like, you gotta join us. And he's like, well, I don't know, like my family, all this stuff. They have multiple Infinity Gauntlets. Multiple. Think about that. More than one Reed Richards has an Infinity Gauntlet. It's just madness. Very, very cool stuff. I also have it's like a giant collection of Attack on Titan. It's not complete. It's I don't even know. I don't even think it covers everything that happens in the first season. Probably pretty close, but yeah. And then of course Watchmen, and I think that's really the like some of the only like non-Marvel stuff I have, like Attack on Titan, Dragon Ball, and Watchmen. You know, everything else is Marvel. I'm a pretty big Marvel nerd. But yeah, there's me nerding about my giant comic book shelf collection. I've showed pictures on stream in the past. I can probably pop one on Twitter. Be like, look at my shit. Tell me I'm pretty. But I like having a shelf to show off my cool collections of things that I like. Sometimes I just sit and stare at it. Like the other day, I was looking at my hardcover copy of the X-Men collection for Phalanx Covenant. I'm still not even entirely sure how to say it. But it's like a large hardcover. And it's just so intense. If anybody not familiar with the storyline, fuck! Basically, there is an anti-mutant group who has spent like hundreds of millions of dollars on a techno-organic virus type life form, and basically it just like shape shifts and it's like organic flesh stuff. Like it, I don't know. Like people die, characters get killed, shit goes down. It's like just I don't know. I remember reading one of the early issues of it when there's like the first attack and some people die, and watching them die as a kid. I was probably like grade 3 or 4, being like, "Oh my god." Cuz for me, you know, most of my X-Men experience had come from the TV show, which is still like way better than any of the X-Men movies. I got to say. The Fox cartoon. It was just so. It didn't follow the comics exactly. It had to take some liberties and stuff, but like the storylines were still pretty truthful, and the characters were true, and the art was like exact. They looked like they're supposed to. But yeah, just like seeing it, it was just like devastating, and it's horrifying to see the pictures of the stuff. Like, hold on a sec. I'm gonna pop up. Do I have a window? Rocket window. Not a source. Okay. Give me a sec here. Window capture. Okay. Oh. Yes. Existing source? Add a new source. From. Oh, I don't know what's going on. But it's like. It's not letting me do window capture anymore. Pissing me off. Not working? No. Why are you my mom? I want to find a picture of it because it's so fucked up. I'm here and listening and eating. Lucky you. Here, okay, I'm gonna Google image search a picture of it. Get rid of this bull drive. Go away. Don't like. Brief intermission while I show you this just because it's fucked. Crossover storyline that ran through Marvel Comics X-Men family books in September and October 1990. Better. It's like. Yeah, they're just. It's like hyper detailed. Like it looks like it's like a bunch of almost like computer chips or something. And it just turns into like shape shifting like weird demons and stuff, but it also like takes over like different people. So it like shape shifts into certain mutants, all fucked up. And yeah, like this is one of the first. I think this is the first Sorry if this is super boring to anybody. I get super excited when I talk about stuff that I'm passionate about. So happens passionate about nerdy X-Men comics. There's a tornado inside. Oh. Yeah, so this is the first issue of the whole series. Archangel gets captured. I think it might be some kind of storyline where like he's captured and they think he's dead, so they're like not looking for him. I can't really remember, but this guy, he's like a doctor, and someone is helping to fund his research, and he's turned himself like into this thing. So he's all mechanized and stuff, and it like, look how fucked this is. What the fuck? And he's all crazy detailed and everything, and like mechanic, but like the face here. So stuff kind of starts turning more into that and less mechanical, and it's almost like it's like a fungus, like technological spreading organism, like the blob, but it like takes on forms of people and kills them, and it's just fucked up. So like I was flipping through it, I think yesterday, my collection of it. I was just like, Jesus Christ, like the amount of detail that's in every frame that these things have to be. Like, how long would you have to sit and to draw? And imagine being the person that has to color this. I just tell him to fuck off. Like, send somebody else in. I can find another picture of like stuff. Kind of a weird one. Oh. Oh, okay. Here's a bit of some action. Nope, not save link. This will be the last one, I swear. Mm-hmm. So this is from, I guess maybe one of the last ones. But like, look at what the fuck is happening. Like, this is just, it's nuts. And this, all this yellow stuff, it's like, it looks like it's vines, but it's made of like little tiny bits of like metallic stuff. This dude looks like he got covered with a bag of WWF and beaten an ugly bat. Yeah, well, oh, WTF, sorry. Makes more sense. Yeah, that last guy, the doctor thing. This is kind of what it becomes. He was like testing it, and he was testing it on himself, I think. And then basically they release it. Now, it's techno-organic, but I don't believe it's the same techno-organic virus that same Cable has. There's a whole storyline where like they're, you know, as a child he's infected with it, so they have to send him into the future so they can stop it. And he's actually the most powerful mutant, but because of what they had to do, it kind of like limits his mutant powers. So it's like his true potential is kind of locked up. And instead he's just a super badass as an old man. And he travels back to this time in the 80s and 90s, I guess. Cable is a very cool character. I feel like I don't really know if I don't know what the climate is on Cable. Like if he's like people know, people are in the know on Cable, but very cool. So very cool. I highly suggest like looking into his storylines and stuff. Trying to think. I think it's around Extinction Agenda. I watched Deadpool 2. Yeah. I'm glad that he exists in movie form, and he did a really good job. And I know that they were talking about like having X-Force, Cable and X-Force. It might just be combined for Deadpool 3. I know they had plans for it and then it's kind of changed. But like the whole thing is Cable shows up. I think it's in Extinction Agenda. It's the island of Genosha, basically, and they're trying to advertise it as like a safe haven for mutants, but really they just capture them and put limiter collars on them so they can't use their powers, and then they make them into slaves and they make weapons and stuff. So I think that's around where Cable first shows up, and he's like really badass. And they're like, who the fuck is this guy? And then so it slowly kind of comes out that he's a time traveler from the future, and he fights with Apocalypse, who is like the biggest, baddest evil dude there is, and he just seems to be like invincible. So then over time you find out that some meddling with Mr. Sinister, and well, good luck on putting one on Deadpool. He will murder everyone who tries. Yeah. But yeah, Mr. Sinister and Apocalypse basically were doing some experimenting with the DNA of Scott Summers and Jean Grey. And so there's a baby that's made. And trying to remember what his actual name is, but the baby gets kidnapped and they infect him with the techno-organic virus. So then they end up having to send him into the future to get cured. And then he grows up and becomes Cable. So that's like the real story. I know they changed it up in the movie and everything, but it's really cool. And then so there's an amazing crossover story for X-Men. Putting a collar on Deadpool is a death sentence. Yeah, he would just cut his own head off and grow it back. But yeah, there's a really, really cool storyline. I actually have one of the like shiny covers from like 1994 when it was originally running, and then I have the whole collection. It's like 3 giant books, and it's called Age of Apocalypse. So the idea is that Charles Xavier's incredibly mentally unstable and way overpowered son is told by some being that if he focuses his power, he can use it to time travel. So he decides that it's not fair that his father's life work of helping mutants and humans live together in harmony has been hampered all these years by Magneto, Eric Lencher. So what does he do? He takes his newfound time-traveling powers and decides to travel to when Magneto and Professor Charles Xavier actually meet for the first time. So some X-Men find out about it. They see like him like powering up in the middle of some desert, and they get sucked into the portal. So there's an X-Men team back in time trying to stop this shit from happening. And basically, he tries to kill Magneto so that his father doesn't have to worry about him his whole life. But he accidentally kills Charles Xavier and creates a separate alternate reality where there's no Charles Xavier. So think about that. He's like, you know, probably one of a handful of near Omega level mutants, and his mental telepathy and like, you know, his latent brain abilities are so powerful. So they basically kind of take the assumption that the only thing holding Apocalypse's powers in check was Charles Xavier. So now Charles Xavier died sometime in like the 60s or whatever, whenever they met. So all of a sudden Apocalypse wakes up from his slumber and he's not there. He's never started the X-Men. But Eric Lenscher, Magneto, has. You know, he's taken the mantle of Charles Xavier and like tried to fulfill his dream, and so he's the leader of the X-Men, and some of the X-Men are bad and they're working for Apocalypse or bad guys or whatever, and some of them are put into camps and just all this fucking crazy stuff. And every mutant who has any kind of psychic abilities is immediately like found and executed. Like they put them in concentration camps and kill them because any psychic abilities would be a threat to Apocalypse. So along comes Cable, who's in his like teenage years. But he never got the techno-organic virus, so his powers are able to go full potential, and he's being trained by, I think, Forge? Yes, that is true. So it says Xavier and Magneto are considered Class 4 mutants, and Jean Grey as Dark Phoenix is a Class 6, which... yes, very true. But yeah, that's just kind of how they have the story set up. So it's like this, it's like a whole series of X-Men related what if, basically. There is a couple issues where they actually have stuff happening outside of the realm of X-Men. So you see some of the other people who aren't mutants, like they weren't born mutants, but they got superpowers one way or another in the Marvel universe. Fuck. So like Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, Wakanda has become like a safe haven for some of the last like human refugees because they're being exterminated. Yeah, it's just it's a mind fuck. And if you're like a huge nerd for comics and you know the characters, you get all the more out of it because you're like, every time you see somebody introduced and maybe they're not who they're supposed to be, or something crazy's happening, it's just kind of like oh, what? Like it's a giant fan service kind of thing. It's very cool. I highly suggest checking out the story arc. And it seems like you're a huge fan, also nerd. So you would probably get a kick out of it. Age of Apocalypse. Very, very cool. Highly recommend. Give me candy. I'm so scared. Something crazy. Oh. Okay. Fuck. Like Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool is a beast. It's just it's just so funny that like he's got stronger regenerative powers than Wolverine. And Wolverine's got like the edginess, you know, in terms of like being a massive edgelord who's just like, I'm angry, grumpy, and dark, and I don't deal with my feelings. Whereas Deadpool is just like a fucking clown who literally like uses his own physical like injuries and stuff like as a joke or as a weapon, which is hilarious. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, damn it, he went early. If I remember correctly, Apocalypse is a class 9, and Wolverine is considered to be class 2, while Deadpool is a class 5. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, so it's I don't think it's like necessarily that Xavier alone was the only thing keeping Apocalypse in check, but it's just the fact that like he's a powerful mutant and he trained the X-Men, and you know, he kind of, they fought him and kept him in check in various ways, I think is what they kind of get at. Class 9 though, that's crazy. Oh, Cox. I'm gonna reset that, and I'm gonna reset the software. Take an opportunity. Do you happen to have the info on Reed? What's his name? Reed Richards' son. Hold on, I'm gonna see if the cat wants in. No cat. False alarm. Well, X actually turned Storm against Apocalypse, so with Storm being another class 4, if X didn't turn Storm, then things would be worse. Who are you referring to? I don't know everything about X-Men. I just pick up shit as I go. Right, so Reed Richards and Sue Storm have a baby. And can't remember the baby's name. They're from Fantastic Four. It's not X-Men at this point, but he becomes Omega level mutant. Basically, he's like on the level with like the Celestials and stuff. For some reason, I'm just thinking Kevin Richards, which is not. It's not his name, I don't think, but it's like a very plain name. But I think they kind of open up that can of worms actually with Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run, which I kind of brought up earlier. I think that the book might end. The first book might end with him kind of revealing his potential power. I think there's a whole storyline where the Council of the Celestials actually has to have a meeting about him. Franklin Richards, that's his name. And he becomes like the ultimate powerful mutant, at least in that universe or on Earth or whatever. But like to the point where they actually have to have, what was his mutant name? I don't know. I think Franklin Richards is just what they might refer to him as, because he wasn't technically, like, he was born with latent mutant powers, but you know, Fantastic Four became mutants. They weren't through like accident, you know, they were gifted powers through some freak circumstance. So it's different from X-Men, where X-Men are born mutants. They have the X gene. They're Homo superior. But yeah, there's something that just happens with Reed Richards and Sue Storm having a baby that just blows everything out of the water. He basically like has his mutant power becomes that he can control like the fabric of reality, basically. Pretty crazy. It was from an experiment in space. With the experiment on a new energy combined with the solar energy, changed 5 individuals into a new kind of mutant. Yes, that is correct. So I think because it was like the cosmic rays or whatever, it wasn't necessarily a genetic mutation. So they were very powerful, obviously, in terms of their mutant abilities, or their whatever classification they would be, because they're not quite almost superior. But yeah, them having a baby, and in the comics, his storyline over time becomes that he is like God. The force changed from the combined energies of the experiment. Yes, that is correct. Strange solar-powered winds or whatever. Cosmic energy event. We need to go into space and study it. And then something goes wrong, and I tell you, I love the early to mid 60s Marvel cartoons. Everyone's got all those Spider-Man memes. And I mean, the show is every bit as fantastic as the still images in the memes used make it look, you know, it is just so good. And by good, I mean like they reuse so much footage. It's just amazing. And like all the same, you know, there's been a couple of episodes where they clearly just didn't know what to do. They were like, we have maybe, you know, 3 minutes worth of actual animated story here. Oh, let's just make them fly around, you know, swing around with different backgrounds, and we'll just play some jazz music. And that's the Spider-Man 1965 or 66 cartoon. It's actually, you know what, it might even be earlier than that. It might be like 64, 65. Ooh. Because it's like all the storylines are ripped right from like the first, I would say within the first 20, like the Steve Ditko Spider-Mans. So like the first year and a half of Spider-Man would be where they get the storylines for the cartoon. And it is just fucking... What was the name of the one you were talking about? Franklin Richards. Yeah. Child of the two kind of leaders of the Fantastic Four. Yeah, Spider-Man 60s cartoon. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Okay, so there's one where... there's like mole people, or like a race of people that are living under the ground, and they're committing crimes. They're stealing stuff. So Spider-Man is like, this looks like a job for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Oh, Cox. And so he decides to follow them down into these, caves. And he sees some fucked up shit. There's like weird birds. There's a giant spider. He gets attacked by dinosaurs for some reason. And then like a full 8 minutes of the episode is him doing the same 6 different swinging things, just in a different order, with slightly different colored, nocturnal looking kind of backgrounds to indicate that he's in a cave. And it goes on for so long, and it gets funnier the longer that you watch it, So amazing. So then the same studio got around to making a Fantastic Four cartoon. And, I mean, let me tell you, it's fantastic. So much so that the announcer during the intro just keeps saying it. Like, not even like Fantastic Four, Fantastic Four. He's just like, fantastic. And then there's like words exploding and like stuff, like all kinds of crazy stuff happening. Is it Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman that birthed Franklin? Yes, that is correct. Mr. Fantastic and whoop. Cox. I'm not okay. I've got all my geeky comic talk out for now. Now I'm just going to go for it. All right, I've taken a breath. I've recharged my batteries. I feel great, having just geeked out so hard and talked about a ton of Marvel Comics stuff. We feel good inside. Now I'm going to beat a Mario, and then we can gracefully swoop into the next game. Final Fantasy II. Make a little more progress. I don't think there's like... I know I was saying I was like halfway through the game. It might be. What are the powers of Franklin Richards? In addition to reality and molecular manipulation, Franklin Richards has vast psionic powers that have manifested as telepathy, telekinesis, energy blasts of concussive force, precognition, and astral projection. Being a child, Franklin's abilities are restricted to an extent by his limited control. So yeah, I think part of Jonathan Hickman's run is that somebody from the future comes and talks to Franklin and kind of releases more of his potential. But I haven't read any further than that. But very, very cool stuff. And like, just that brief laundry list of what the kid can do. And the fact that like his powers are relatively limited because he's a child. There's that whole what if, what happens. Oh, Cox. Why did I let that happen? Get the quack. Alright, thank you for that information roundup there. Okay. See if we can actually Mario properly here. But yeah, as of now, pretty much, I think all of my videos are now at the new place, except for I've got the NES here, which I'm playing this second with Mario 1 inside, and then I've got the Super Nintendo already loaded with Super Mario All-Stars. And then everything else is just kind of packed away. So, I mean, I will feel a lot better once I've disassembled the desk and put it in that house, and then we can plug in our Wi-Fi and get things rocking. I would super, super like that. And I mean, if we could get something a little crazier in terms of like upload speed, our download speed is fantastic. I've downloaded stuff that's like several gigs in a matter of minutes, so I can't complain about that. And streaming has been really good. Cox! Oh, no. All Numenal had my legs broke. Damn, Daniel. Suck at this game. You suck, Holmes. So, in baby news, he's still adorable and hilarious, and I love him, obviously. But today I was like, oh, like, you know, long day, moving stuff. It was hot. I drank maybe a little too much coffee. So I was feeling a little dehydrated, and I was like, fuck, I gotta just crush some water, like, right now. I filled up my water jug as much as the Brita was allowing me. And just really went to town and just chugged the whole thing. Just go, 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 go. And the baby was in Justine's arms just watching me. He just got his mouth kind of open and he's just watching. What's daddy gonna do? So I just like took a big swig and then pulled away and did the like, you know, satisfying drink. And he looked at me and his mouth just went, and he started smiling. And then he was like, and started doing it back. And we were dying. Because then I would pretend to take a drink and do it. And then he would like muster up his focus. It'd be like, all right, here I go. I gotta do this. I gotta do this cool thing dad just did. Like, and just having a baby do it is so ludicrous. Because, like, I didn't even really need to do it. Like, yes, it was satisfying, but, like, you know, it wasn't at all necessary. But now, like, the baby's gonna do it all the time. Like, man, I'm so... Some kid, that's for sure. Oh, I know. He's fucking hilarious, man. I mean, it goes without saying, but like 5 times a day, I'm just like, oh my god, I love him so much. Just so fucking funny. So now, like, he's totally gonna just have a phase where every time he takes a drink, he's just gonna be like, ah. And it's just hilarious because he's a baby. Oh, yeah. In not great news, I got my headphones stolen yesterday. Now, these are like Sony headphones. I use it Fuck! I use them for like if I'm recording or like if I need to watch videos without the sound on because the people giving the presentations have annoying voices and they bug Justine, which happens a lot. Or at least it was when I used to watch stuff in bed. But lately it's been like my lifeline. I take the kid out for like an hour or 2 hours at a time and get him napping, and I listen to audiobooks on my phone. So we got to the new place. We were anticipating unboxing a few things and moving things around. So we packed the stroller, just like there's a big tall gate at the side of the house. And so we crank open the gate and we push the stroller inside the gate, close the gate door, go inside for a little bit, unpack a few boxes, do this, do that. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and take the baby for a walk to put him down for a nap. And we go outside to the stroller and my headphones are gone. I had them in like a zip up pocket thing. So somebody came into our backyard with the gate closed, went searching through a baby stroller and stole my headphones. So like, as you can imagine, I'm fucking pissed off. Like, you know, I don't want to say it was the neighbor. I don't want it to be the neighbor because we got to live with these people, you know, living on the main floor underneath us. And if they're just going to go through a baby stroller and snipe shit, like that's fucking shitty. So I really hope that's not the case. But also, I don't want it to be the case that we live in a neighborhood where people are watching us pack a baby stroller into the backyard and be like, oh shit, I gotta rob from these people. There's probably something worth value, you know, in this baby stroller. That's depressing. I was hoping we were getting into a better neighborhood, and that might not be the case. So that's a bummer. We talked with the property managers, and we're getting extra locks and stuff put on the door. We're like, you know, it just seems a little flimsy, and we want to be extra safe because we've got music equipment and stuff, and they're like on top of it. They're cool for it, so that's really nice to know. I have an interesting pair of headphones. I have a pair of Hunter Spider headphones. Ooh. I can recommend a new pair of headphones for you to get. Yeah, send me some links if you got something cool. I mean, we'll be on a budget. Well, we'll be on super budget for a couple of weeks, and then we will be on a slightly less poor person budget when my money comes in for school. Fuck. But yes, please recommend away. Bye. Oh, God. Okay. Let's get away from me. Okay. Fuck. Why? Why is it like that? I can never guarantee that I'm gonna get across that part, and it's annoying. Fuck. Oh. Okay. At least get me to the... Fuck! At least get me to the castle, please. If I can say that I've made a little bit of progress, it'll make me feel a little better, but I really want to beat this tonight. Cox! Hunter Spider, cool. Ugh. I say I will check it out next game over, and it looks like that's like soon. Really, you don't have 3 coins to spare me? Level? Fuck. Oh my god, I got stuck on the fucking brick. Do it working with? Woo! That's very cool, actually. I like that. Headset, wired over ears, volume control. Yeah, this might be something new for me. I really appreciate that you sent me that. That's fucking awesome. I think having the mouthpiece will kind of be a bit easier on my neck. Sometimes I find that I'm leaning into the microphone, like I have an actual microphone. I think it'd be a bit more consistent on the audio quality because I have like noise gate and noise reduction and stuff. So if it is below, like if my voice is a little away from the microphone, sometimes it gets cut off. Kind of dumb, but it's what I want because I don't want background noises and sounds of the cat meowing and the baby screaming or whatever he happens to. Yeah, thank you for that. Hot tip. Alright. Gonna wash that man right out of my hair. Send him on his way. I don't mention it often, but I was in the musical South Pacific in high school. It's kind of like everybody seemed to be joining. It was a really big cast. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. Everyone else is doing it. I can sing. I don't want to be an actor a little bit, so started out, I had auditioned for the chorus, and then I got bumped up to one of the chorus boys who had some speaking lines, and then I got even more speaking lines, and then I got upgraded to the role of the professor, who's really just, he's not a professor, he's just like the smart mouth guy, so they call him Professor. And I do find myself often just like humming or softly singing a tune from the musical South Pacific without realizing it. And it is very often gonna wash that man right out of my hair. It's so dumb. And I also remember Bali I will find you. As one guy, there was like, you know, obviously all the main leads had understudies and stuff, right? So they would switch. One guy would do like the matinees, and the other guy would get to do the main shows. So the understudy was still getting his time in on the matinees and stuff, but he was a little kind of really very inconsistent with his voice. And I just remember like being like, this guy's the understudy. Really nice dude. We were buddies, like, through the whole process and everything. Like, everybody was very... If you've ever been in a musical or a play or whatever, buddy, everybody gets very close. So, you know, like, I remember having a bottle of whiskey with him and a couple other guys down by the bridge. Like, we're in high school, and I had my guitar with me, and it was a good time, you know? Like, he wasn't a bad guy, but he was not a great singer. And it was just kind of like, oh, man. And that was his song. That was, like, his big moment, was singing that Bally High will find you. Like, oh. I've heard the cat sound better. Not great, but whatever. That was like 20 years ago. Almost. Fucking cocks! I guess he sounded like a dying cat. Yeah, a little bit. And you know, like, it was probably just like a bunch of people tried out for the play, but not every role had a ton of people trying out for it. So, like, there was probably like people that thought, oh, I'm not going to go for the lead. And then like 2 or 3 or 4 people went for the lead. And there was one good dude who was down for it. And then there was another guy who was the least worst. Which, you know, that's kind of how it goes with being the understudy of a musical. Sometimes, you know, the person who deserves the part gets the part, and then the understudy is just the least worst. I mean, that being said, like, I don't know if I could fucking get in there. And I keep making stupid mistakes. So, last life, I'm gonna hold my breath and angrily play. Cox? Okay, let's do this, alright. God. Fucking level. Just World 8 in general. Just mean. Mean-spirited. Okay. Is this because I didn't talk? Probably because I wasn't really talking. There's a whole lot of fucking going on in this stream. You are correct, yes. I swear like a sailor. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why did that happen? This is just ridiculous. I didn't really want these Mario streams to be like 6 parts. I was kind of hoping maybe 2. Clearly overestimating my Mayro abilities. I'm no Franklin Richards when it comes to boogieing around the Mushroom Kingdom here. I am in fact the least worst. Not even close, actually. Well, okay, I mean, quack. If this was standing up at school time, you would fail. Oh wait, you failed. Give me that. Give me that. Boink. Alright. I think after this attempt, I'm just gonna put the kettle on really quick. Make some delicious kimchi ramen noodles. They're so good. And it's like spicy. I can't. It's just becoming a habit. I'm late night snacking. And now I fucked up and I can't get up there. I'm sorry, Free Life. I don't know why I did this to you. I really required your use. Whatever. I'll show that Free Life. Shrimp flavor? It is good. I mean, like, I'm good with old-fashioned just chicken Mr. Noodle. Like, nothing really beats a good salty chicken broth for me. It's just delicious, but been getting these kimchi bowls and oh my god. Just like clears up the nostrils because it's not good and spicy. Oh, also, I was talking about my trip to Nations the other day, the grocery store, which is nice because we don't really get to go there as much anymore, farther away. But I was there, so I was like, oh, I'm getting a bottle of sriracha sauce. You know, it's got the rooster on it, and it's just a big bottle of red with the green spout on it. And oh, it's like really good. I put a little bit on pretty much everything. Just like a little dots on my sandwich, a little line here on a hot dog maybe. But like I had run out and they don't have any sriracha at the No Frills that's across the street. Like they just never have it. And I'm like, really though? Like seems like the entire world is now into sriracha. So why don't you have it at the store that's right next to you? So I haven't had it for a long time. And so I went to Nations and I found like the wall of sriracha and picked one up and was like, oh baby, you're coming home with me. And I opened it and you know how like you get the little seal thing on it. So you look left and you look right and nobody's there to judge you. So then you lick the little bit of sauce off of it. And it like blew me away how spicy it was. Because it was fresh. Like, I'll buy a big bottle of sriracha, but like I'll use it pretty sparingly. I don't want to like ruin my guts. I just want a little bit of spicy flavor, you know. And it just blew me away how intense the fresh stuff was. I was like, whoa, like it's almost like I have to get used to it all over again. It was kind of blow mind. Chicken ramen has too much fucking salt for me. Not that I don't like that much salt, but as far as I am having lymphoderma, sorry, reading this off my Faraway cell phone. The extra salt would cause worse water retention in my legs and well, true say. Shrimp it is. It's just those have been easy snacks. Like the nutritional value is like less than 0 probably. But it's easy, it's cheap. It's just like a good late night. Like I said, we've kind of been on a super tight budget this summer to make sure that we can get a new place and everything and get everything ready for school. So I'm not eating the gigantic portions that my body would normally ask for. Good job. Good job. There it is. Because I'm a pig. Like I just love to eat food, and I can eat a lot of food. More than I need, probably. Which sometimes I feel bad about. Fuck! Why do I keep doing that? I'm gonna pause this and set this stupid thing because it's just. I think I don't know. I'm gonna do some more research before I invest in a new capture card. That's hilarious. Love the D got held by the Automod. I love the D cakes from Walmart. D is for discount. Automod didn't care. Too suggestive. Even discount. Just too suggestive. Anybody can sexualize a discount. So funny. Oh, shit. Going a little crazy here. Fuck! Every time. I guess I should... So I seem to remember having a strategy of like running, but only on half of the pipe, and then doing a tiny jump to land on the thing, and then doing a secondary jump to go full steam. I hope this wasn't a dream, or I'm pretending to remember some strategy from my childhood that won't actually work, but... Oh, good! By the way, you can't see shit. Is the stream not working? It's working on my phone, and I'm seeing it on Streamlabs here. Well, this bot can go fucking fuck themselves. Try resetting Twitch if there's any problems. Give it a refresh. See if that fixes it, because it looks like it's on my end. I don't have any reports of like drop frames or errors or anything, and it's still running on my phone. Oh my god. And I missed it. Perfect. Glad that's fixed. Wouldn't want you to miss a second of me horribly failing at this. I'm just so darn good that it's imperative that you watch me die over and over and over again at many of the same obstacles that for whatever reason I just can't seem to be patient enough to figure out how to get over. Oh my god. Stop that. Okay. There we go. That's the ticket. After this game over, just switch to Final Fantasy II. Don't torture yourself. Well, I mean, like, you are right. That's the least wrong thing. I'll tell you what. I'll do 2 more game overs. That's my job. I'll do 2 more game overs. So one will be I'll do like the cattle. So I boil the water and get the noodles happening. Then I give it another attempt. That'll be however long, and it'll give time for the noodles to steep and soak in all the flavor. And then I'll be happy. And then when I switch over, I can take a little 10-minute break. Fuck! Eat some delicious late-night noodles. See if I can find the cat. He's still playing outside. Like, he's not helpless, and he definitely just really enjoys himself. So, like, he comes, he gets some water, he gets a snack, and he goes about his business, and he'll nap inside or near the door outside. But I make him come in on night. I had onion rings and a turkey and cheese sub. Dude. Mecha jealousy. Oh my god. Why did I go? I knew he was gonna jump down. Alright, get this fuck over with. Come play. Come play with us, Danny. Come play with us. I mean, that's... As a kid named Danny, you know, that's like the last of anything I should have seen. It was just creepy enough, even though, like, I didn't see anything else. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have nightmares forever. Whoop. Ah. Fun. Go. Oh my god, why are there so many? Oh, that shouldn't have even been a kill. I seen a reference to the movie Ready Player One. Yeah, I read the book and watched the movie. Obviously, they take some liberties, you know, book to movie or whatever. But it was still it was faithful enough. I'm kind of sad that they cut a lot of the D&D stuff out. That was a pretty big part of the first challenge in the book. But yeah, the movie was great. Like, they did an excellent job with it. I was pretty blown away at how crazy the special effects were. It was a visual feast. But yes, I will take chocolates. I'm just gonna fill the kettle. I'll be right back. I'm going to boil that noodle right into my mouth. Funny part is, I found out something that most others haven't figured out. I found out who cracked the clues to unlock the first challenge in the race challenge. I'm trying to remember. I think it's actually been like a year since I... Sorry, I just looked over and realized that there's like 12 Hershey's Kisses sitting on my desk. Now, I'm not much of a sweets guy anymore. Sort of by choice. As a kid, I ate so much fucking junk food. Like, I had an addiction to pop. I would drink so many fucking cans of pop. So I feel like I might have just kind of burned out my taste buds for it. Like, sometimes I actually do just have that, like, ooh, that's too sweet. I can't do it. But like, I kind of have this like craving every once in a while. Like, if I see chocolate and it's available for me to take or steal, I'll sit and eat like all of it. Like, freakishly. It was Wade Owen Watts. He said to the curator when he was researching the second clue, he said that I cracked the clues of the first challenge, but I felt that the biggest clue was here. Clues in the first challenge. Here. Yeah, like in the book, it was, well, I mean, I'm kind of bad for that. I know that's kind of annoying. Like, oh, you read the book. Oh, is the book better? Shut up. I've been told that several times. And it's like, well, it's true. I mean, generally, that's the case. Them's the breaks. When he said that, that told me he was responsible for unlocking the death race to begin with. But most likely he figured it out years before he figured out how to win the race. I don't discriminate on who watched the movie or read the books. Well, thank you. I mean, one of the biggest ones for me is, well, most. But, seeing like the first season of The Walking Dead and being like, man, this show is amazing. And then getting a little bit into the second season and then starting to read the comics. And then being so miserably disappointed. And being like, okay, they're going to do this. It's going to be great. And then it's not. And I'm just like, ugh. Like, these characters suck. They've like combined these characters into this character. They've underpowered this character. This character is fucking annoying and they're supposed to be the best character. Like, just, you know. Like, why? Why would you mess with stuff in such a way that like literally just destroys the show? So then I was right. Did Wade crack the clues to unlock the first challenge, or am I wrong? I can't really remember what it was, like if there was an event that triggered the race to start happening, or if it was just like there's a race. I can't really remember. Cause like I know that in the book it's like a random thing that's like hidden. He finds some kind of clue that like wasn't really looked at the right way kind of thing, and then he finds a cavern and it's kind of hidden, and then he goes in and it's like he has to play through a Dungeons and Dragons scenario, like the kind of Lich King or something like that treasure thing. So in that way it's like he had to look at something differently, so that line would make a lot more sense. But I don't know if I like I said, it's been a year since I've seen it. I can't really remember. It was just like there's a race once a week, like try and win it, or if there was something that had to happen in the first place to trigger that race to start. Bye bye. Give me the star. Oh my god. Okay. Just kill him. Goodbye, John, Paul, George, and or Ringo. Whoa, fuck! Alright. Brief pause. I'm gonna pour my water in and let it steep for now until another game over. Alright, my babies. We got some Yang Shim happening. I have my theory about the computer generated James Halliday. He is an NPC, but one with a thinking engine. More along the lines of an AI. That is correct, yeah. He basically created, the virtual world that you can live in. And, kind of almost cloned himself as an AI program into the computer program. So now he just lives forever and is just inside this thing doing whatever he wants all the time. Or going back and reliving memories. Fucking... So, I'm hearing a lot of crazy noises outside. I'm just gonna check some out. Sec. Sorry, there was like car horns and police sirens and sure what was going on. Get the feeling there will be a sequel. Yeah, I kind of anticipated there would be a sequel. Ernest Cline, the author, did write another. Fuck! I jumped. He did write another book. It's not a sequel. It's just another nerdgasm style book where it's just massive nostalgia trip, fan service, party time adventure. Which is good. Like, it was the best. Like, they really spoon-fed you a ton of just nerdy retro stuff, but in the best possible way. Like, the first time somebody described it to me, I was like, oh yeah. They were like, no, like, it's just it's all this totally crazy stuff. Like, it's really cool. You gotta check it out. I was kind of like, all right, I'll get around to it eventually. And then a buddy of mine bought the book for me actually as a Christmas present. I was like, dude, you need to read this. So I think it was like a year after. It takes me a long time to read books sometimes. They'll sit there on the shelf and then they'll speak to me. And then I'm like, all right, it's time to read this. And then it's like, oh yeah. Like, I read it in 3 days, I think. By the way, the headset I recommended you, easy on the ears, so long as you fit it right. So have fun if you plan on getting the same headset as mine. Yeah, it looks really cool. I mean, that's obviously besides the point of functionality, but it looks really cool. And having like a headset, oh god damn it, is also very cool. And the price is right. Can't beat that. I am looking for like regular headphones as well, though, not necessarily gaming headset. But that might have just made its way to my wish list. Because they look really cool. Just find a way to like convince myself, oh yeah, you totally need this. Fuck! Do the thing, do the Mario thing. Now I'm just getting fucking pissed. 11 o'clock. The headset will cover every aspect you need for gaming, streaming, chatting on Discord, and your game consoles, and just plain headphones. That is true. But if I'm going to be like walking around with the baby napping in the stroller listening to audiobooks, I don't want to also look like an air traffic controller from an Akira inspired or like Gundam related anime, you know, like these were just like headphones. So it was a little easier to walk around in public. They're just straight black, like simple Sony ones. They weren't earbuds. Because like I also want to use it for like recording as well. But in terms of like a functional gaming headphones or headset, it does look really cool. And for $20, like that's not bad at all. I like that it's like the... I don't even know. It's like a turquoise blue kind of... Pull that picture up again. Oh, I lost it. I'm not making fun of me. Our time. Alright, so this will be the final attempt for the evening to beat World 8. And I'm, you know, it hasn't completely beaten me yet, but I am getting super pissed. But like you know, I'm setting these challenges forthwith, whatever the proper word phrases are. I don't care. But yes, beating all the original Mario games and then beating their counterparts on Super Mario All-Stars. Fuck off. It won't be such a horrible ordeal on All-Stars because it saves on which world. So like I can essentially do the exact same thing instead of having to warp through the whole goddamn game and risk losing lives along the way for stupid mistakes. So that's nice. That's so nice. Having gone through this absolute hell, be a little better prepared for it, because, you know, just fucking. And because I'm a stupid idiot masochist. Alright, now let's play a slightly different looking version of it. Hold on. Plus, the dial attached to it that allows you to adjust the volume going to your ears and the ability to mute your mic on the same switch instead of just doing it on the PC. That is good. Also, if you want normal headphones, here is one for you for travel use. Stereo headphones. I will check that out. Always super helpful with the gear links. I appreciate that. Come on, do your thing. Get up here. There we go. Actually grew past the score there. My Mario remix. Called Boy Ram. He's an electrician from Pacoima. I don't know. Luigi. We just a couple of plumbers from Brooklyn. Where's my wrench, Luigi? I like that it's not like... There's been, what? 30, 100 Mario games at this point. I like that he's wearing the outfit, like he's wearing overalls. They don't even try to do the plumber thing anymore. You know, like it's not... He's a plumber from Brooklyn. There's pipes, he eats mushrooms. You know, saves princess, fights dinos. The whole thing, but fuck! It's just funny, because like, there's lore here. But But there's just been so many games, and I feel like they're just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Not important. Like, I'd kind of like to see them go back to the roots of that. Explore that a little bit. Maybe make, like, the Ultimate Mario prequel. Where it's him being brought into this psycho world of all these crazy incidences. Like, is this truly the first time that he's been here? Is it this game that this is, first time in the Mushroom Kingdom? What's the story? I don't have the booklet in front of me or anywhere near me. Maybe go back to like 1992, I'd probably still have it. Yoshi's Island counts as the prequel? Yeah, I forgot about that. Where he's a baby. So he's been... Okay, so... he's a full-grown plumber wearing overalls. Fuck! I just like... like, I get that he was a baby found by the Yoshis. And they're like, oh, let's take care of him. Fuck! Okay. Ooh. Let's go... Turtle Man. Turtle fart face. Turtle fart face. Give me more free. Oh, God. I'm getting more upsetter and upsetter. So it definitely is time. I'm just gonna make more dumb mistakes. I was thinking about the idea of like marathon streaming. Oh God, I missed it. I don't know. I was in a few like streamer groups when I first started, just to kind of get the lay of the land and meet some new people and see what people were streaming and stuff. Looks like I made you remember the prequel. Yes, I completely forgot. I was thinking more of like a prequel like the Super Mario Brothers movie, where it's like, hey, we're crazy. We're Plumber Brothers, and we get sucked into the crazy world with the dinos. This is fucking atrocious. You know, that whole part of the canon that maybe that awful movie made them just completely just shift gears away from. I feel like any idea that Mario was from Brooklyn. It's like, nope, that never happened. Who's Bob Hoskins? We don't know. We don't fucking know. It's not important. They stick you with a needle, make you go to sleep because you're asking too many Nintendo questions. Getting too close to uncovering the truth. Been a Mario cover-up all these years. Hey, wait a minute. What about the movie? That was like, they were real people, you know, from New York. They were plumbers, remember? This guy's crazy. He's talking crazy. Fuck! Unfortunately, that movie was written out of sync to the canon. Oh, big time. They had absolutely no idea what the fuck they were doing. Nintendo was just like, let's make an American Hollywood movie about our video game. This is just the next logical step, right? We'll make a bunch of money. We'll strengthen the franchise. The fans will love it. And then the movie arrived and they were like, we're never doing this ever again. Although I have heard that it was confirmed, at least a little while ago, that there is a Mario movie in the works. I know no other details other than that it was supposed to exist, or at least be existing. I have no other details. They left that movie gapingly wide open for a sequel, and they fucked us over. It's true. John Luigi Zammo. Give that man the $10,000. I mean, he would obviously need way more money than that to try and do that again. Apparently he said in an interview that, like, to get through filming the movie, him and Bob Hoskins were just fucking drunk every day. Like, imagine that. Well, I mean, that's the reality of most people going to work, working a real job. They have to be drunk or get drunk every day. Like, force their way through it. I gotta say, there's a couple too many cannons here. Who put these here? Alright, this monstrous assault. So, I found the location of one mushroom, and I know there is a box that's hidden bricks. Cox. It's not this one though, it's the next. The next one has a mushroom in it. But yeah, I can't remember which castle has the hidden block in it, but it is there. Whoa! Don't gang up on me, please. What? And no checkpoints. Because fuck you, Dan. That's why. Just get good at the game. Get good at the game. Okay. Alright. Getting more and more just excited to eat noodles. I am a little sad I didn't get to have my stream coffee. I like having a coffee when I start the stream and then sipping away on it. Fuck! I really liked that. Whoop. That is something to growl over. Oh, that isn't the only movie I'm pissed that they fucked us over for a sequel. Aragon deserves one to this day, and they just fucked us all over. Basically forced us bend over and shove a stick up our asses, and they said, "Fuck your sequel." That has happened many times. I was like, how many movies that should never have a sequel get one? And how many like are like, "Oh, that's a pretty good movie." Although now there's no ideas left. So everything gets a sequel. You get a sequel. You get a sequel. You get a sequel. Everybody gets a sequel. I gotta have that Oprah clip just always ready to go. That's one of the funniest things that's ever happened on TV. Those ladies freaking out. Oprah screaming and giving them cars. Anyway, that's all the Mario portion for tonight. I can't keep going. My brain is mush. I'm just gonna switch the covers over, and if you wait patiently, maybe like 10 minutes, I'll see if I can trick the cat to come in, and I'll get going on some Final Fantasy 2.